And hello fellow Techers, Space Bandit here with another episode of World of Tanks, and today we are in the T-62A Tier 10 Soviet medium tank. Obviously it's a Tier 10 game, 1 RD per side, but what we're gonna cover today is Lakeville South. I know I had a video earlier from the old version of the game where I was showing you positions, but this is the revised map that just came out not long ago. So today I have 2 games for you from the south side, from the south spawn, just to show you how I play it. So the first game will be just a regular random game with 2 flags, and the second game will be encounter and how I play the encounter. For the most part, I play it the same way in the medium tanks. First, the most important thing is controlling vision over the lake. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna go up the lake road and we're gonna try to see if there's any opponents, or there are any tanks crossing down this C line or a B line. Hopefully we can spot them, put some early shots of damage to them, and that's exactly what we're gonna try to do over here. We see this T-54, so we're gonna put a shell into him. And yeah, now he's spotted, so my friendlies will be putting shells into him at this time. And that's what's gonna happen. And now we're gonna move up a little bit further. You can see me hugging the left wall a little bit more. The reason for that is because if you go where that Centurion is, he's way exposed over there. And you can get really shafted, so last thing you wanna do is go over there. The furthest I would go is this area here where I'm sitting right here. If you have a tank with good gun depression, you can poke over this ridge right here. And yeah, it's a good early position for pretty much any type of tank. Now, the way map Lakeville is structured is it is fantastic to defend the base from your spawns. As you can see, the Reds are already encroaching all the way on the south side. They went through town and they're already engaging us here. So now this situation here is dangerous. I'm actually lucky here. I got stuck a little bit on that hill on my right hand side. But yeah, I got away without a scratch, which is great. We're gonna move over to the defensive position now. First, we're gonna try to look into shots into the CS-63. We put a shell into him, and now we're gonna get back into defensive position. And I'll show you what position that is in a split moment. So we're gonna turn and go now. Unfortunately, we got spotted, so someone puts a shell into us. But now we should be able to get away into this position right here, under this hill. This position is absolutely fantastic. You can use this position with any tank, and you know that T-62A doesn't have much gun depression, so we're just gonna move our tank so that only our turret is sticking out if we get spotted. But as you can see here, it's fantastic defensive position because the opposition pretty much has to cross open field in order to get here. And I will be putting shells into them right here, especially because they're overexposing, trying to shoot our guys on the lake road. So we're gonna hold this position for a little bit. We're gonna be patient because, as you notice here, we're already losing lake road as well, which is the 4 line that I'm talking about. We only have 1 TD over there right now, but this machine is still trying to put shells into him. So he's gonna be my decoy. In the meantime, I'm gonna try to put shells into these guys once they poke out. Now the medium tank, Red's medium tank, decided to make a play. Object 430U. Unfortunately, I didn't aim that shot properly. That should have went into his turret. Instead, I put that shell into his upper plate and I wasn't able to penetrate him. But I think our RD shuts him down, which is great. And we're just gonna hide in this position, lose our 6th sense. So we know that opposition still has a couple of tanks down on the J line. There is a machine over there. There's also a Type 59-2 over there. So we're gonna be really patient. We're gonna wait here. I'm gonna see if they're gonna try to cross the open area. And if they do, we're gonna unleash our rate of fire. So as you can see, I'm changing positions to see maybe they're coming from a different side. And usually the best approach to this area here is close to the lake. Not the way this T-54 does it right there, because he's way exposed. So we're gonna put a shell into him. And that hill in front of us protects us, so these guys can't really hit us. We're gonna try to take them out of the game, and yeah. Hello, World of Tanks. I don't know where these shells go sometimes. Ghost shells, they just disappear. Whatever, regardless. That would have been a good kill, because that way we would have taken quite dangerous tank out of the game. But this machine pops up. We're gonna put a shell into his cupola. The accuracy of this tank is absolutely phenomenal. I gotta say, T-62 is, at this moment, one of the better tanks when it comes to sniping ability. And that gun with 4.7 second reload is just ridiculously good. And if you engage the combat ratios, you get it down to like 4.4 seconds. It's absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, we see this machine again. We're going to put a shell into him. And in this situation, patience was the key. I noticed our heavy tank pushing forward a little bit. So since he was pushing, I decided not to do it because I was thinking about doing the same thing. But he beat me to it. So I decided to just snipe and sit back a little bit. And now it should be pretty much closing time, I would say. We have 3 tanks on this side. A heavy, a TD, and myself. The other side of the map is pretty well covered by our friendlies, so it should be good. So we're going to try to engage this Type 59-2. Put a shell into his track just to track him in place. And now we're going to try to get him out of the game, just hitting his cupola right there. Again, accuracy of this gun is just simply spectacular. In this situation, we just want to take out that Scorpion. So I don't care, we're just going to charge him. He puts a shell into us. I'm more access, but we have a repair kit, so we repair it. And now we just, yeah, we're going to juice him, take him out of the game. So we just want this side of the map. And that's the counter push that you want, right? Once you drain down the opposition in numbers, the ones that are trying to approach the position I was in, then you can literally push later on and just clean up this side of the map. And our friendlies did a good job fighting on the other side, so we probably won't get to this kill right here, but we have one more shot at this Borask. Unfortunately, I don't think we aimed it properly, and the shot went a little bit low. But anyway, pretty decent game on Lakeville, and T-62A is such a monster. This tank is absolutely fantastic. So we still finished in the top 3, even though, yeah, it wasn't one of the greatest games. Actually, the Batshot had a spectacular game. Finished on top of the team with 8 kills, 4k damage. Alright, let's skip to the second game and see how we did there. Alright, so we're in a second game on Lakeville. Exact same spawn, but the difference here is this is an encounter mode. So the flag is in town. And initially, early in game, this plays exactly the same, to be honest, if I'm in a medium tank. I'm going to go down the lake road. We're going to try to spot, put some early shells into the guys crossing the C and B lines on the opposition side. And after that, we're going to try to figure out where the fight is, and we're going to move towards the fight. If the fight is in a city, we're going to go towards the city. If the fight is in a corridor, in a 2-line corridor, we're going to go to the corridor. It depends where the opposition takes their tanks, right? Like, I want to be in the middle of the fight in this situation. So, that's what we're going to do first. We're going to go to the lake road. And we're going to see if we can spot. Now, because T-62A has really poor gun depression, I'm going to get myself in a really shitty position, actually. I should have played it a lot better, but I thought I was going to have gun depression here. So, as you notice here, I'm looking for gun depression, trying to hit this guy, and I can't get one. And I'm going to get frustrated about this because I can't really get any shots into these guys crossing right there, which is horrible because with my rate of fire, I should be able to put so many shells into these guys, but I wasn't able to. I was only able to put 2 shots from this situation, which is not desirable. But we know now that majority of their forces are actually moving into town, and we know that's probably where we're going to have to head down in order to defend the encounter. But yeah, out of frustration, I'm just going to fire some shells out of frustration here. And this guy bumped into me. This was out of frustration too. It's like, come on, man. It just missed so many opportunities. And sometimes it can get frustrating for me. Regardless. So this is what I was thinking. Okay, where do I go now? Majority of their forces are in town. But I was still considering, okay, if I go through the corridor fast, I could basically get myself in position B4 or something like that, have shots into town. But then I thought that would be counterproductive because really I wouldn't be in fight at all. And I really want to be in a fight. So we're gonna make a different decision. Most of our forces are moving into town anyway, so that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna try to get into town and fight over there. I was just worried about crossing here because crossing the J and K lines could be devastating if they have spotter at E4, F4, around that area, because I could lose most of my HP if there's a spotter there and there are actual snipers sitting in that area. But regardless, there was nobody there and we're able to cross quite easily. So now we can engage in the fight. So here we're going to push the fight and use our rate of fire pretty much in this situation. So we switch to heat rounds. Why? Because we don't want to bounce any shots. We want to be able to push through here quite quickly. We want to be able to engage any heavy tanks that we're facing and be able to pen. I don't want RNG to dictate how this game finishes right here, or how it ends up developing in this area here. So we're going to push this from the middle right here. We should be able to put a shell into this M48, so we do. And take a look at this rate of fire and how we're going to demolish this M48. This is ridiculous. How T-62A, how good it is. Although, I gotta say, the M48 player could have played it better, but we were able to just kind of completely annihilate him. Like 4 shells, just like that, and we take him out of the game. Now we're gonna try to engage this Paladin, and I'm gonna have trouble. I'm trying to go through track with heat. That never works, so I switched to standard rounds, and I still wasn't able to pen him. I was just able to track him there. I'm not sure why, but this time we're able to penetrate him right there. And now we're gonna turn around and we're gonna deal with the guys that push down the 0 line. So we should have side of the tank over here, and we do. So we put a shell into him, and we're gonna go all the way around now, engage the other guys. We have plenty of HP still remaining, and these guys are on their scraps. So I think it is safe to say that we should be able to win this fight with our rate of fire right here. So we're gonna go after this IS-5. I don't know what the hell that was. Well, maybe that angle, it could have bounced, but regardless, so we're gonna put a shell into him right there. Now we're gonna go around him. We should be able to finish him off in a split second, and we do. And the only guy left is the guy on the left, but yeah, my team takes care of him. So we're gonna lose our 6th sense right now. We cleaned out the city quite quickly, and now we should be able to push these guys that are still sitting at their spawn, around their spawn area. So we're gonna push through town right here, and we're gonna try to engage them. Now, at this point in time, a lot of players are just content to cap. I don't like capping, so, you know, I like to get some more damage and keep pushing the fight to the opposition. So that's what we're gonna do. Unfortunately, we missed that shot on the Manticore. We didn't anticipate it properly, but now we're gonna move forward and try to engage those TDs over here. They're not paying attention to us right now, so we're looking for shots at this E4. Then we're gonna realize that there is T-95 over here, but he decides to commit the suicide instead of fight, so, you know, so be it. We're gonna move up and try to get some more damage from this position here. Now, this is the approach that I'm talking about, guys. If you ever want to approach the area where the TDs are sitting, this is the way to do it. It's low ground right by the lake, so you'll be able to drive up easily and engage them. Unfortunately, I wasn't paying attention to my map here, and I didn't realize that the artillery was sitting there. Duh. You know, everyone makes mistakes, including myself. And then second Arnie was looking right at me, so he puts a shell into me, but it doesn't matter. We should be able to clean this up right now anyway. So there's still E4 left here. He's got shitloads of HP, so we should be able to feast on that guy, especially since he's not paying attention to us. We see his ass, so we're gonna try to put this shell into his track. We light him on fire at the same time. Can we track him? Yes, we do, but he gets taken out. And now this Object 268, we went for a tracking shot over there. Unfortunately, he decided to pull back, and we weren't able to reload in time in order to put a shell into him. And I think our team is going to cap out. Yes, unfortunately, our team caps out in this situation, but pretty decent game on Lakeville. Anyway, so both of these games show you scenarios of how I play Lakeville, and both scenarios are viable. Except, obviously, if you go down the lake road, it's difficult to play in a tank that doesn't have gun depression, so keep that in mind. But second game was fantastic. We ended up with 5k damage, 7 kills, Mastery Ace Tanker, so we got a Devastator medal, we got a Top Gun medal, we got High Caliber, all bunch of ribbons. So yeah, fantastic. Anyway, I hope that this gives you an idea on how to play Lakeville, how to approach it in a medium tank. Obviously, if you play heavy tank or a light tank, game style might be a little bit different. But regarding medium tanks, yeah, this is basically how I do it. Anyway, at the end, we fired 25 shells. We had 17 penetrations, 11 critical hits. And yeah, we finished on top of the team with 1695 basic speed, 7 kills, 5k damage, and also 1652 assisted, which is quite a nice game for this tank. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. That's it for now. Until next time, happy tanking, Space Bandit. Check it out.